Don't do it, don't do it. Wipe it off. Wipe it off. Oh, come on. Wipe it off. No. He ain't gonna wipe it off, is he? You know, I didn't come on this platform really to kind of slag people off. But when I came across this the other day, first of all, this is not how you do it, is it? I mean, let's be honest. It's like completely the wrong way to do it. When I saw it, I thought, I'll give the lad a break. And then I saw his comments. Check them out. I mean, look at this state. Just read him for yourself. I mean, the guy's got loads of views, loads of likes, but look what he's doing wrong. I thought I'd make a video instead of slagging someone off, because that's not what I do. I thought I'd use this new, not really a new feature, is it? But for me, it's a new feature. This where you can take someone's little bit of someone's content and make your own video out of it. Now, I'm not doing it because I'm lazy, because I have got enough content, but I thought I'd just show you exactly why we cannot put grease at the back of a frigging brake disc on a hub. Basically, I've made a 3D model just to show you. Don't shoot me, it's not perfect, but you'll get the idea. It's pretty good. So what happens is when you put a brake disc against a hub like that, grease is non-compressible. It will move, but in theory it's non-compressible. So you cannot displace all of that grease. So that hub and that disc cannot be perfectly flat. You might think they are, they might look like they are, but microscopically they're not. And you're going to induce brake judder, and it's going to be literally a induced runout of the brake disc. It's going to start doing this. It's not going to do it much, but let's say the average brand new brake disc tolerance is something like, I don't know, 0.015 millimeter, let's say. What if you're at 0.020, or even worse, double digits, 0.1, you know? It could happen. When I was at one place, a young guy did it, and he came back, he said, the brakes are shaking. I drove it and I couldn't believe it. Front wheel, steering wheel was like that. Front wheels was shaking like that. I said, you put grease on? Yeah. There was so much grease, just like this guy. And it caused a massive problem. You don't do it. You don't do it. Nothing. Maybe a little bit of anti-seize spray, which can disperse. It's designed for that. And it's so thin and like sticky type stuff. But not grease. And who uses copper grease? No one uses copper grease. For years, for 20 years, it's been ceramic grease, grey colour or white colour. No one uses copper grease ever in this industry anymore. Let's check out the model, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it. And we can see in more detail exactly what goes wrong. Now, the model is slightly exaggerated. You're not really going to get it doing that. But I wanted to make it exaggerated in the model, just to show you really, so you can see it. If I don't exaggerate it, you're not going to see it. Let's check the model out anyway and see how we're getting on with it. Right, so as promised, I've made a, well, it's a bit of a, what can I say? It's a bit of a 3D model. It's not perfect, but, you know, I'm still learning. Put my name there, just so you know it's me. So we've got a brake caliper. We've got a lovely spinning disc, and as you can see, it's nice and true. We can zoom in, look. It's perfectly true. Of course, you wouldn't really have kind of this gap. I couldn't get that perfect. What can I do? But the point I'm trying to make is it's running true. We've got no end float. We've got basically no issues with the disc. You put a dial gauge on that, it's going to be nice and smooth, basically. So as you can see, every sort of plane we look at, it's looking good, and it's rotating in our beautiful block-shaped caliper quite nicely. However, if we put copper grease on, as you can see, I have completely over-dramatized it, absolutely, like, you know, beyond belief. And the reason I've done that is just to show you that actually that is what happens, but of course it's not quite as dramatic as that. And you would use a dial gauge and you would put it on the disc and it would pick up that uneven running. It's called lateral runout, LRO, lateral runout, brake lateral runout. And when you actually put copper grease behind there, as that guy's done, you're inducing this lateral runout, and you're doing it basically through your own actions essentially. Now, we're all learning in this trade, we all have to learn. But the attitude of the guy, like one comment, like, what do you know? You're not even a car mechanic, or, you know, who are you to tell me what I'm doing? Well, unfortunately, if you have an attitude like that, you're never, ever, ever going to basically get better. And the problem is young people will watch that and think it's perfectly acceptable to slap on grease. I mean, just the amount of grease the guy was using as well was just frigging astronomical, basically. So I just thought I'd clear that up, really, because I think it's quite important that people understand what they're doing, because on TikTok people might do that, some young kid, and he's going to come along and think it's completely okay to slap the copper grease on, but it ain't okay, is it? Simple as that.